is completed. Damn you. Oh no. Look at that. Yeah, most likely. So yes. An Ivysaur. Look at that. Good evening, people, friends, family, whatever. What do you want to call yourselves? I am now live. Pour me a rum. Welcome to this evening's stream. I will be just painting some extra stuff today. We'll continue with the Gundam, doing the orange. If I do get bored of that, we'll go on to the Goth Rocker. Depends how I feel. Depends what people demand, if they want more Pokemon cards or not. Tasty rum and coke. Well, rum and Dr. Pepper in this case. Right. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good afternoon. Oh. Let's just change the title. Right, that's been updated nicely. All the Pokemon. I know you'd be all about that. Try and get some more people on later. I might get raided again like I was this morning. Nice raid of 20 people. Got a few more followers out of it. But yeah. Oh, solid. Let's just start the stream off with a Pokemon card. I'm in the mood. Put that to one side. Energy card. Great way to start off. I'm just opening my EV pack. I want promo my book. Right. So, Dark Energy. Pokestop. Don't think I've got that one yet. Chansey. Don't think I've got that one either. Pikachu. Larvitar. I'm a shiny. Harvey Max Mewtwo. I've already got one, Bo. This is my fourth one. I want with Mewtwo V. But it's a very nice card. Very nice art. Feels really good. I put it in a sleeve, but it's going to my spares. Mine now. So yeah, I go on my spares pocket box, I should say, which is over there somewhere. green binder. My fancy binder. Grinning Gargo. Alright, Pokemon Go. Let's see, what do I already got? Any fire types here? Nope, no fire types. No water types. Yeah, so I already got the Pikachu, so that goes to my spares. Like I said, I got the V-Star Mewtwo in here already. I already got the Chansey. I already got the Larvitar, so I don't need those two. But I do not. And I already got the Pokestop, apparently. Wow. There's not many. Yeah, so I got all the trainers for Pokemon Go. I got most of Pokemon. I'm gonna have to get a big Pokedex myself at this rate. Didn't expect to start getting so many cards I wanted to keep. Yeah, you will get them quick. I need a Melmeta V, Dragonite V Star. I don't know what that one is. Can't remember what that one is. I also need a Mewtwo V. I think it's another Pikachu goes there, or a Raichu. I can't remember what these two are, but I need a Venusaur. And I can't remember what that one is. So I haven't got many cards left for the Pokemon Go set to completely get them all. So that's nearly done. And then I got this set here, which I'm almost completed. So I've got that card which is coming in the post. I've got that card coming in the post. But I still got all these secret rares to get, yeah. There's 99 cards in this set, but it only says out of 71. So like 28 of these cards are secret rares. And these are just reverse holos of those previous cards. And there's the cards of Gundams Rick sent me. We do. Anyway, I suppose, unfortunately. Then my other book I've got here. So this book is to house the special sets I want to collect. So this is going to be all base set stuff. I haven't got many yet. But slowly building up my base set collection. So hopefully I'll get more of them again. And then the next set is Jungle, which I'm slowly collecting as well. Then Fossil. So slowly getting all my fossils. And then, after the fossil set, is the Japanese base set. And I've already got the Pikachu out of that one so far. But I'm going to be slowly collecting those. Buying them off eBay as such. I know one of the hard ones is going to be the Charizard from the base set. Might have to be satisfied with just a cheap, crappy one. Yeah. Buy friends or the complete nightmare is true. Oh, that's good with rum. But yeah. Right. Well, I'm not doing anything. Let me go get my box of spares. And I can show you some more fakes. So as you know, I have these 3 Charizards I brought from Japan, 50 quid, for free, and they're all fake. Mainly I can tell just from the back. As you can see, that's a real one. And the fake one's very faded compared to it. So yeah, no way to tell fake from real. So a real card, when you rip it, has this black layer in it. It's like a plastic layer. So this is my spares. So a lot of my spares go in here. There's like a lot of my cards I want to get that I like but not worth much going here as well. But yeah, so I'll show you some fakes I picked up the other day for like a tenner. I only paid a tenner for it. Woo! A tenner for them, but I got them because I like them. Dropped them all. That's it, yeah. So first off, these are fake cards. But they're so nice. All of these are fake. Like I said, I only paid a tenner for them. I knew they were fake when I brought them. Because there's only ever been 3 or 4 official Pokemon cards that have been a metal gold. So yeah. But they also came with these, which are cool. I cannot remember where I got them from. I got them off eBay. Here we go. So the KO. So these are like authentic gold and authentic silver. They're just not official stuff, I don't think. set. If you're lucky, you might get this set. But I've just got them because they're nice. I knew they were fake straight away. But you find a lot of them on eBay. My Pokemon dice. I like dice. Energy card. Got more spares over here, Jesus Christ. I am swimming in spares. And these are just my spares I've got lying around. Anything Eevee gets collected stats from me in the evolutions. Yeah, mine are going to the Pokestop Cafe next week. Donate to the kids. Yeah, I would, but we don't have anything like that around here in Norwich. I think because Norwich is actually geeky, but yeah, I'm not seeing a Pokemon store like it. Right. Right, let's get this orange done. Hopefully I can get some of this finished. Want to know a fun one? Go on then. Really hard to get Pokemon to authorize a store for their brand. There's a list of rules even. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They are owned by Nintendo. To be fair, though, a lot of corporations don't understand how bad it is to get around anywhere in this place. Any staff you employ may not smoke, but are allowed to vape. Presence of or smell of smoke around Pokemon patrons, otherwise they will pull them. Yeah, I can understand that. They don't want people to associate. They don't want people to be associated Pokemon with such things like that. And what's the and for? You may not sell booze products in a Pokemon license established, or they will sue you. You're right. You do agree. Yeah, that's a given. I used to work for GW in one of their stores, and it's the same there. Also had to be CRB checked. So, you know, so we could work with kids. Because half the time the parents just leave their kids with us. You weren't allowed to swear or vulgarities or anything like that in the GW store. Even for people who came, just the patrons themselves, not allowed to do any of that stuff. Different amount when I was running the store though. It was just me. was nice weather while it lasted. It's now tipping it down outside. Keep being asked to go to tournaments now because I've got a Pokemon book. Like, I've got a Gundam t-shirt, Gundam hat, but for Eevee Water makes me a target apparently. Yeah, my brother-in-law just got back from a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament last weekend. Got his ass handed to him. It was funny. I'm just applying another, yet another layer of orange. Did this for like 2 hours this morning, but I'm going slowly. No wonder. I wanted to blend well, so take my time. Like I say, if I get bored of painting this orange, I'll go on to the Goth Rocker and start working on his mic. I've got one-sided top coat to do. Fracking Thunderstorm today. I will be miffed. Behind new parts looking good, so I'm happy. Yep, that's good to say. That is definitely good to hear. Yeah. It's always good when a plan comes together. Some nice chill music today and every day. I'm gonna need some more orange, I think. Tasty. Right, let's continue with this. This is looking good. So the oranges come together nicely on this so far. Just need a bit of water. plus. Yeah, there's a couple of things I want to undercoat today, but no, I can't. Could do most of the day because of weather. Had a bit of sun when I was having my tea. Now it's raining again. Typical. It looks so well for green. It does, and that's why I wanted to do it. Bright green, bright orange, and maybe some purple. Just give it that nice day glow effect. Okay. Do the next one. Again, like this morning, not loading my brush up too much with too much paint. Making some dinner, but still here, just lurk a bit to go through. That's fine. You go lurk. You go get yourself some sustenance. Right. Let's get this one here. God, it's going to take some time. Layer by layer, thin coat by thin coat, I'm going to build this orange up so it looks good. As soon as you see how long my pages will last, I'm painting this orange. You know, it's in big areas, there's still a lot to do. Oh, I can't get enough of that rum. Nice and slow. I talked so much about this morning. There's not much else I can say about the orange. Bit of hair. I'll be glad when this is done, this kind of, to be honest. determined to at least get one project I start finished. So where was he? Ah, yes. Dozy tug driver drove off a side crow. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. Good evening. Yes, good evening, Stevie. Hope your afternoon was fine. We did well today. I just did some chores. Watched some other streamers and opened Pokemon cards because I was bored. Yeah, it was okay. It's good. As you can see, I'm still doing the orange. I think we went off quite a tangent, didn't we, on that stream? Harriers, Merlins, old Navy days. Did a bit more on my Vulcan and then went and did a bit more on the railway. Oh, that's cool. Railway. I like the sound of that. It was good. Very interesting. Yeah, I do enjoy a good bit. Just gonna quickly go over this. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Never knew the Mark II didn't have a gun. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of things they don't tell you about. I still got my service manual for the Harrier. And a helmet. And I still got my pilot's helmet. Which is up in the attic. I turned it into a lamp. National security and all that. You say that. So the AV-8B, which is the same as the Mark II GR9s and GR7s, they have machine guns on them. Just the English ones didn't. Because the government was idiots. They didn't want to bother paying for Americans any more money. That's gives you a Challenger 2, fastest kettle for making tea in a modern tank. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is true. when I went to when they sent me and a few lads out to be one of the first maintainers trained up at Merlin Mark II. We saw some R&D stuff while we were there. Some of the stuff looks good for Chinooks and Merlins. Of course, I still can't talk about it to this day. What I saw and what they were doing. Typical mod. Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to buying stuff, the government of the is that water or tea? That there is water. If it was my tea, I'd be a bit. Either way, it don't taste good. I can only talk about teammate on a Challenger 2 for wrestling. Get me cuffed, so I know you're feeling. I think in fact I own a service manual for the Harrier jump jet. It's a bit of a breach. And then again, the Harrier GR9 and GR7 no longer exist, so our radar systems are much better than what the AV8Bs have. So we stripped them, kept them, and just gave sold the airframes to Americans. The old Harrier. Well, to be fair, V as well, the Challenger 2 is now in Ukrainian hands, so still my whole sub paperwork somewhere, so you're safe with me. I actually bought a Rat Pack the other day just for nostalgia reasons. Wasn't cheap, 30 bloody quid. And with a Challenger 2, as it's a great tank to help them. Yeah, how many did we give Ukrainians? I think we gave them like 3 or 4 Challenger 2s. So before long, you know, the specs and all that will be on bloody online. Well, there's a game, I can't remember what it's called now, where they keep leaking fighter jet classified information just to prove a point. Can't remember what the game was called now. That's some maps I liberated from stores. Yeah, that's the way to be. I kept my steel toe caps. My little, what we call the Steven bats, with their basic boots without the ankle bit. So I kept them, wore them for a bit, and then they snapped in two. One Shadow to violate a platoon of anything Russian with an old lady driving it, even. It's such a brilliant piece of tech. I miss working on that. Good younger years. Yeah, tell me about the younger years, man. You're not that much older than me. The old Navy has buggered my joints. I'm 35. I'm 35 this year, anyway. It's been 10 years since I left the Navy. That is true. A lot of people do. That's the same with my medication. You're still young, man. 45 is not that old. My parents are 60 this year and they've just gone to France. Yeah, so yeah, B's 37. Always 7 banks of heart surgery. Yeah, age isn't everything, I'll tell you that. 27 due to good looks. I'm not gonna say anything about that, V. That'd be down to your wife. So one of those years picked up a bug that knocked me off form for about a week. Then did my shoulder. Now my leg aches. Sent duct tape. Oh yeah, I got to put some duct tape in my flip flops actually. Thanks for reminding me. But yeah, I used to do a lot of physical training when I was in the Navy. It buggered my left shoulder. When you thought only gay fluff amongst good gunpla friends. Yeah, done my shoulder in, done my knee in. That no longer works properly anymore. Navy told me to stop running. So yeah, everyone's got their injuries from the forces. Hey, thankfully, because I was an aircraft engineer, I only spent a month on ship. Most of my time was on land, on a runway. There's a treadmill, yeah. We do have, on the ship, you do have a gym in a bow. My back's trashed. That was because I was dumb enough to do 3 years and then go to night shift warehouse work for a few years. Like a genius. Yeah, I know what you mean. I did home base and all I did was heavy lifting. Most of my time was in motorpool. Yeah. Yeah, most of my time was runway. Is it Jim for cook? In my case, he is, yeah. I'm doing double scranning, double duffing. That's what me and my dad always did. We had we had a God, We had a chief petty officer who was part of my squadron, and he had to sign because he was so fat. He had to sign a waiver to say that if a ship was sinking, he was the last one to get off the ship because he could get stuck in one of the manhole, in one of the deck hole gates. So some of the decks would have like a big door which would close to seal off the thing to prevent flooding, and then there would be a smaller hole in it. He wouldn't fit through them. So he had to sign away with it saying if the ship was going down, he's going down with it. So he didn't care anyone else being stuck in a door. Oh, of course you was fan because it's either them or MREs, and let me tell you, MREs from here for Dunkin's chocolate coffee was the only good part. I don't know. I just had an MRE the other day with a chocolate pudding, corned beef hash, chicken curry. That was actually quite nice. What era? 2008. It also depends on how good your squadron was it attaining. I covered early 2000s. Well, that's the thing. When I used to be in Air Cadets when I lived in Germany, and the Air Cadets was run by a army colonel. One of the first things they taught us, I was stopping a sentry from taking off if you see something fall off. Yep. It all depends on the MREs, because there's loads of different types of MREs, you see. So if one's V would have got just grunt stuff. The Navy would have got some better ones just. But when I was in the Air Cadets, it was run by a army colonel on the base, and he was good friends with my dad. And because of that, when we had MREs in the Air Cadets in Germany, ours had pot noodles and Yorkie bars and Snickers and good stuff like a can of Coke. Those MREs that was made especially for officers, stuff like that. I think I missed about these was the base, proper comfy. Yeah, I've not been on a military base that I find comfy. And saying that, every RAF base has a bowling alley. Every RAF base has a bowling alley. Don't know why. Guess they like their bowling. Double bunk. As long as we tied it up for inspections. Yeah. So we're happy chaps. God, double bunking. I just remembered. You just got me remember. Oh. So, after basic training, we had trade training, which is at HMS Sultan in Portsmouth. And I was asleep one night. It was a Saturday night. I went to bed early because I wasn't feeling too good. I was snoozing away, and all of a sudden, one of the lads from Peru busts in. There's like 8 beds to Peru. He busts in bollock naked, drunk as fuck. He wakes us all up, and he goes, "I brought this girl back, and she wants to give it. She's willing to give us more head." And I'm like, "Mate, I'm going back to sleep." What do you have to do with Navy? If you challenge to have a local, did you manage to avoid the territory? What do you mean? When I was in the Navy, I used to go through a bottle of rum in a night. I used to make grog. God, that's good stuff. Grog. Until you've been drinking with a Navy, you have not drunk. In fact, scratch that. Until you've been drinking with a Marine, you have not got drunk. A grog. Grog is an old drink they used to drink in the old Navy, where they would save up all the rations of rum they would get, because normally each sailor would get a tot of rum, which is basically a shot of rum a day. They would save it up, put it in a bottle. They would then add some water, a little bit of water to make it put more stuff in it, some lime juice to keep it going, and maybe some wine as well. And it's basically just a mix that will get you drunk. Didn't taste that good. That's what the lime was for. But it will get you drunk. Take one of everyone in your squad's group's favourite and put it in a pint glass, drink it and stay standing. So it's a pint of multiple rums and whiskey. Yeah, but yeah, that's nothing, B. Trust me. Me and my mate on a Saturday night would sit there with a big 70cl bottle of rum each, and we would just drink that straight for the entire night. Yeah, and then we might go out and drink more. I think one night I spent £300 on just booze. That's another funny thing as well. I believe you because I stayed standing, but I fell asleep on my feet. One of the first things they teach you in the Navy is how to turn up to work drunk. God, there's so many drunken nights I've had as a Navy man, as a sailor. So that one time I went out drinking in... Where was it I went drinking? Was it Cyprus? Was it Coudros? God, I'm trying to remember stuff now. A good soldier operates with high functioning alcoholism, and there's not. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many, because I went to Cyprus for a month with my squadron. So many things happened that month. It's hard to just try and remember all because I was drunk half of it. It was like we went out to the local bar once, and one of the lads headbutted a sink and snapped it in half. He was having a golf ball. If it landed in your pint, you had to down it in one. If you didn't, you have to buy a round. Never brought a round. I'm from Yorkshire. No, I played beer pong with. That was fun. Going out with uni. So I went to visit my brother once when he was at uni. I went out drinking with all of his mates and all these girls and that. I was buying pictures of I'm from Staffordshire, but I've lived a lot of my life in Yorkshire, so I call myself Yorkshire boy. But yeah, I just buy these pictures of drinking. I think I went through 5 or 6 of them. Brother could not keep up when we bumped into an RAF lad who was on his he just had his wedding and they were having their reception at the nightclub, and me and my brother just bumped into him. That's when like my brother elbowed someone in the face, a girl in the face. It was funny. You had to buy her a rose and everything. That made me laugh. I think that was in Newport. I make friends with any military person in the pub. Buy them around and saying that for. Yeah. Yep. It's always the way to go. I think There's one night we were invited to, because in Cyprus, in RAF Akatiri, it's not just the RAF that are out there. There's all sorts, and we had the American pilots there for that because they fly their U2s, U1s, U2s, something like that. They're spy planes from there, and they invited us to the pilots bar, which we then subsequently went out and we drank all their rum, all of it in one night. We drank every bit of their rum. they couldn't believe it. It's one of the first things they told in basic training in U.S. military is never to go out drinking with any of the British military, because they will not be able to handle their drinks at all. I'm walking into one pub in Cornwall, and they were doing £1 a pint on Rattler cider. I was like, well, this is our pub for the rest of the night. Let's go back in time, and Cornish pubs are top notch. Yeah, I do like the Cornish pubs. Actually, quite nice. Met a few Marines that way. Royal Marines. Not fancy Army Marines. US Marines, but Royal Marines. Crazy bunch. Never get on the wrong side of a Royal Marine if you value your legs. So these. A lot of things I like in Cornwall, just not the weather. It's only 2 weeks of the year in Cornwall that's sunny. That's when everyone decides to go on holiday. It's just another tourist trap. All of it. Took ages to get anywhere. It's like, oh, it's just only 8 mile down the road, 8 miles an hour later. The roads are terrible. But the internet's very good. sorted. Oh, maybe another layer of orange. It might be good to go. The next colour. God, it takes ages. Just have a quick break, rest my hand a little. 5 more Hamlets and I start the next tin. It's a nice, relaxing Monday. And I'm glad I got the rest of the week off from work. There's only so many spreadsheets I can handle before I go slowly insane. Oh. That's better. Got to click my knuckles in. Alright, let's do this hopefully last layer of orange. Maybe I can move on to painting something else. I'm back tomorrow. I don't mind. Quite enjoying my job. Alright. I used to. Until I stopped getting paid enough. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing customer service and helping others, but when your boss is a pain in the ass, they won't give you a pay rise. As I'm not part of any union. I think that's across the board. Wages need to bump up. You're all right. They all do. When you're one of the few people who were a key worker and kept this country running while everyone else is being locked away, and you don't get any thanks for it, and it's great. Solid enough. Let's finish off the base here. Cool. I might not need to do the funnels again. Those don't need doing again, but that might. concentrating a bit, trying not to get on grain too much. I know it's going to happen, but you know. My wage gets reviewed in July. Oh, nice. I got a 1.5 cent pay rise, I did. Only backdated till June of last year, not all the way to April. I got that back in October. Hopefully you get what you want. I'm seeing, thanks to a lot of unions, people getting paid quite a bit. But you know what they say, you gotta be in the system to change the system. Well, in my previous job, my stress was a lot lower, and that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. At least my stress is a lot lower in this current job. Now I'm only doing stats and figures. I don't have to worry about customers. I think, I'm hoping that's all the orange. Just double check these. Oh, they're fine. Thank God. Oh, bloody orange. Right. Let's see. What I really want to do is get to this. I wanted this orange. I wanted Dayglow. My palette's not exactly, well, it is wet, but it's just not being wet. There's water in it, so why is it bloody thing? Oh well. Right, so the next orange I want to try and do. It's this one here. This is a little bit brighter than the previous. Let's get some water plus on there. And a tiny dribble. When you need a particular orange, might need to get you a mimosa. Don't want too much paint on my brush. I want to really try and do it in one pass. But it's not going to happen because this will have to be done in layers as well. And maybe not. Maybe 1 or 2 layers, not 5 or 6 like the last one was. Now I've got that orange down. So I might have to do another layer of this orange, but it's going down nicely. What happens when you go, oh, I'm just going to hand pick this giant model? That's only a 1/144. It wouldn't be that bad. One of the biggest 1/144s out there. Apart from Nightingale. Nothing neons here. Just a fat 144. Yeah, just a fat one. Yeah, it doesn't help that, you know, I made a custom version of it with a different body, which I had to 3D print parts for. Well, I don't do things by half. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. Might take me a while, that's all. Makes you be driving a bug. Some nice easy layers just to get that orange. Lay it down. It'll look a lot better as well once I've got the top coat on. Ooh, just brought 36 people. Now I don't have to work. after I've done this pen, I think I'm calling the gun this colour for now. So I'm sick and tired of orange. I'll continue another day, probably tomorrow. Off stream. Because it's quite tedious work. What I'll do is I'll sort out my wet palette. I've got to sort this out now. It won't be long. Get a new sheet and all that. I'll be back just a sec. And I'm back. Just had to talk to the missus, give her some positive vibes. She's not feeling too good. Thanks to her parents. Hey, right. That is saturated with water. Rightio. That's that. Now, some more rum. Oh, stretchy stretch. Right, I've had enough of orange today. Whew. What shall we do next? Rum. Yeah, more rum. Oh, I could continue. I should continue painting, really. But I'm kind of annoyed with this kit. Let's get all off there. Move you to one side. What shall I do next? Let's do a different colour. Because I've been stuck on this one colour for a while. Write you down. No. Yes, I want that colour. Actually, that's better. So I've got a few pinks over here. I might as well put the reds away, I don't need them anymore. Get some purples out. Because I do love me a bit of purple. That transition is quite harsh. But I can mix it. Yeah, that's just a greyish purple, ain't gonna work. Purple's an easier colour to work with. I only got fluorescent pink or fluorescent purple. Oh well. How did that end up in there? Right. I'll change the brush. Should we give this a wash? Where is this one there? It is probably in here. There it is. Here's my brush conditioner and preserver. Probably one of the best ways of cleaning and preserving your brush. I'm pretty good at bringing dead brushes back to life. Like, if you're getting like anything splayed, anything like that, these are quite good for getting it back. And it's basically just soap brush soap. It's good for conditioning and stuff. It's great for sable hair brushes. It's nice and point again. You don't want to leave paint on there, especially you don't want to dry that metal part. Yeah, but you only just started getting into airbrushing and such, but when you get further into it, like, this is one of my favourite tools I bought recently. It's a linear sander, and very hard to get on this side of the world. I had to import it from Japan. I'm just a spray can rookie, yeah. We were talking about this earlier this morning, about the difference, because some Jaegermoo decided to join and wanted to know different painting techniques, to which one he might find more satisfying. And we're talking about the difference between airbrushing and hand brushing, and how technically hand brushing is probably the easiest one to get into first. It's the cheapest, because all you need is a paintbrush. Any old paintbrush will do. I've got one of these cheap ass brushes. They're good for detail work. That's that, and any old paint. Like, I've got this shuffle art paint, which is metallic and cheap as chips. 20 quid, I've got like 20 of them. Whereas an airbrush, something like this, £120 just for the bat. You got to maintain it, you got to clean it. So there's like a load of tools you have to buy for it, and the parts themselves aren't cheap. There's like, in the end here, there's a little nozzle which the pin goes through, and that little nozzle, which is only that big, it's only a few mil big, £25. And like you said, yeah, the primer, spray can and top coat was £25. The spray can is a good way to start. Also, you know, other problem with airbrushing, the spray cans is environment. You need an open air environment, and you have to wear a mask if you're in a closed environment. You've got to make sure no one else is around. Whereas at least with hand painting, I can do it in a living room, on the sofa, and paint by hand without any problems. And there's always cheap alternatives to everything. Most of the time it's expensive because it's labelled for miniatures or for hobby painting or stuff like that, where you could get something just as good or equivalent to it, and it's labelled as something else. Like, take my paint mixer that I use now and then if my wrists are tired. Yeah, thanks for stopping my progress. Yeah. But yeah, take this. So if you brought one of these and it was labelled as a paint mixer for miniatures or for hobby stuff, you're talking £20. Because I brought this one and it said it was for nail varnish, £3 off Amazon. So yeah, got a shot savvy too. That's my detail mixing. Let's get some base paint down on here. So this will be my base purple. For bits I want purple. maybe a Citadel on it or Games Workshop run. Yeah, basically. The only reason why I use Citadel is because I picked up tons of Citadel paints when I worked for Games Workshop. I got everything 50% off. I mean everything. Miniatures, paints, everything. 50% off. And some stuff I even got for free. Oh yeah. I got an entire Tau army for free. I got an entire Space Marine company for free. So yeah. Sometimes working in some places do give you perks of a job. Alright, let's start with the purple. Let's start on here first. I want a smaller brush. I'm going for one of those phases at the moment where I just want to sell all my Warhammer because I'm not going to touch it. This must be a case where I made it a bit too runny, which is alright. Even with 50% off, 300 quid of my wage went straight onto GW. Again, same as the orange, you want to do it slow in layers. At some point, it is every little nerd's dream to work at Games Workshop. I worked there. Well, it was one of my goals in life. And then it killed the hobby for me. Because I was painting so much during the day for the hobby shop. And it just burnt me out, and I couldn't do anything for myself, none of my own models or anything like that. So they just ended up piling up. And then I ended up selling them in the end when I left. And didn't touch any Warhammer for years. So that's when I got into Gunpla. Right, that's that purple bit done there. Next is this bit. So I'm using a small brush mostly for it because I want to get into nooks and crannies without ruining the orange I've already put down. So for those who have joined, I am painting a custom HG Gundam by hand. That I might actually change to a bigger paintbrush just because it's going to take bloody ages otherwise. Got any questions? Feel free to ask. Techniques, paints, materials, equipment. Sometimes really hate doing fine detail, and sometimes I love it. One of the great things about Gunpla is that I didn't have to do any of this, I could have just kept the colours and then top coat the entire thing and then paint on top. But no, I had to be adventurous. now for the first fully painted Gundam. Make custom HG. And paint the entire thing. Disregard how long it would take. Ow. Just crunched my elbow against the side of my table. Paint such big areas like this with just a tiny brush. You have to do it in layers, lots of thin layers, to get that nice even coat you want. That's why it took me so long with the orange, and I gave up in the end. Do it later, like tomorrow. Yeah. So how is everyone? I know V's doing alright. Had a chat with him earlier. I am driving myself slowly insane. And like I say with a lot of my projects, they start off looking rubbish until you get more and more paint on there. So any gaps in that I'll just fill in with a smaller paintbrush. I want to get the main body of colour on for now. Okay. Once I've got this layer on, I'll do another layer and I might bring it to closer to what it needs to be. Thing is, with any type of painting, it's all about patience. Now the orange I lost patience with, so I thought I'd move on to a different colour for now. Lovely colours go on this. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I don't know. I like greens. I like oranges. I like purples. They all go well together. I think part and part of making a miniature look good, or any model look good when painting, is to know your colour theory and what colours complement each other. And there's a lot of science behind colour theory. Instapaint has a free document about it all. It tells you everything you need to know. Because he himself, guy who created Instapaint, is a chemist. And one day while he was working, he come across by accident this formula for his paints. Yeah, he does a lot on colour theory now. He's great. So I learned a lot of my stuff was from him. That and Darren Anthem. I learned a lot of my painting technique from him too. A lot of hand painting is getting the paint on, getting your base colours on, and then tidy up all the base colours, and then do your highlights and shading. It's all about patience. So that's why I find trying to paint an entire army with Warhammer paint, because it takes me bloody ages just to paint a squad, let alone an army. So I like my squads to look good, and then every model is unique. It's taken me ages just to paint a Death Watch squad for 11 Marines. I've only got one done so far. I did that years ago. This might need a third coat. That's alright. Oh, itchy nose. It's going to need a third coat, but it's looking alright for a second coat. See, the problem is a lot of tutorials and such, a lot of them do cut out, especially when YouTube cut out a lot of this. But some places you have to do more than one layer, or they use too thick a paint. So it just doesn't look right. Things can look a lot different on the webcam than it does in real life. Wifey does say thank you again for helping with the cars. Be sending off jars on Natios in a week or two. Cool. So bugs me with the X Impulse Bronze. They didn't use a shiny covering. Bugs me. Or just paint for cross and shield sometime. It might be a good idea. Get a rattle can of brass. Take it out and then just give it a good old spray. That's what I would have done. I think that's partially why I like Gunpla. Is that, oh, I can build it, then I can take it apart again. Then paint for parts I want to paint, because then I know what the Gundam looks like then. I know what parts I want, certain colours. Like this guy. Like for Gundam 05. I'm going to take him apart, because it's not white. I'll respray him. And all these parts that are red, and we're making a different red. Yellow parts are going to be more of a, I think I might do gold. The grey parts will definitely be like a darker grey. But I won't just have them as a darker grey, all of it. Plus then I'll have some brass gold. It's kind of sat around in case I want it again, and then it begins. It does, yeah. So I'll probably take this off, and even on like this is like one solid colour, I might add a layer of plastic card or do some panel lining and paint that like a slightly darker, slightly more off-white. Stuff like that. Fun stuff. I have to break up all the large, which I wish I did for this one, because there's so many large blank areas I could have done with breaking up. I should have done that. I didn't bother. But you live and learn. I like his natural colours, but I do want to make my spare heavy arms to turn in black and brass. Yeah. That'd be cool. Oh yeah. I haven't shown anyone yet, V. That's one of the kits I'm going to send Rick. So I've got this kit and a few other kits coming from Rick, just because, you know, he's a nice guy. I do have another 4 of these. Just this kit, which I am trying to sell at the moment, but I might use them as a giveaway. So this is an Ichiban Kuji Prize C kit. If you don't know what an Ichiban Kuji is, Ichiban Kuji is a competition that a lot of model shops in Japan hold, and each model shop who is a participant have so many of each prize. So this is a C, and it'd be like 50 C's per shop. You got other kits, other ones like B, A, and then last one prizes, where last one prize is only one off. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I wish I had the eyes to build the RGHGs. That makes it even cooler. Yeah, it does because they don't. It's not a. They don't reprint it. It's a one-off. And for higher for letter, so A is a lot rarer than C's. But I've got so many A's here. I've, Ichiban Kujis. I've got loads of them. Then you've got mega size Ichiban Kuji Prize B. So yeah, I do like getting hold of such kits and building them. Like as you can see here, I've got the remains of the Ecopla Lithriff. That was a fun build. Very bright. So, who's your secret Japanese spy? I don't have a secret Japanese spy. I just know where to get them from. I don't mind paying the extra fees. Like I know Gunpla, Steven, he gets his from an Italian importer. Or some of his stuff anyway. Whereas I get a lot of my stuff myself from Japan. Same with my cards. But like, there's some kits that even being able to buy from Japan, there's just some kits that are just still not worth it. So we'll take for PG Unleashed that Steven gets, which I do want one. If I were to get that from Japan, it would cost me. Shame you can't get me a perfect strike one day. Yeah. If I want to get a PG Unleashed from Japan, it'll cost me around about 230 for the kit, and then you got to think about shipping. That can be up to 80 if you go with EMS, and then because it's above 135, you got to think of customs. So you're looking over 300 quid just to buy and import one yourself. So Steven is cheaper because he buys in wholesale bulk. He gets them cheaper. It's all about who you know, what you know, where you're going. This purple's coming out real nice. Excuse me. So I've got a couple of signed Chewbacca's figures from the original person who donned the Chewbacca suit from Japan. They're also authenticated and certificated. They have certificates as well with them. I'm just happy I've got stuff like a Psycho Zaku's Azabi and the Sentinel from 2019. Just having those free. People look at me like I'm a junkie plastic. I would like a Psycho Zaku. They are nice kids. But yeah, there's some things, like I had the Flugel. I've got the MG Zazabi version car, which I've got to build. The RE Nightingale, which is hard to get hold of. I bought that on a whim. I'm like, brother, these are the boxes I bought my pal. Yeah. It also depends on how willing you are to pay a proxy to buy stuff for you. Like the proxy I use sometimes only charges me 500 yen to buy through them, and to have security and all that, and to store it in a warehouse for me until I want it shipped. How do you not have a cycle exactly? That's like a paintbrush surely tingles. Oh, trust me. I really want one, but right now I have to think about what I can afford. On top of that list, after, because I've got the Shockwave, that was expensive enough. On top of that list is the PG Gundam, PG Unleashed, because the only other PG I got is a Wing Zero. Welcome to those who just joined me. Hope you're alright. I reckon you come here to see me paint. Can't see anyone else to watch. At the moment I am painting a custom Gundam. I got bored of painting the orange, so the orange ain't complete yet. So I'm just painting with purple. There's not much purple to paint. This is just a base layer. And then after I finish the purple, I will be going on to the green and giving the green a bit of a touch up here and there. Then start doing the darker green, which you can see here on the pipes. Doing all the highlighting and shading I need. And if I get super bored of that, I'll just paint my Goth Rocker. But I'm enjoying painting this purple. I get what you mean by cost. People think I'm loaded because I've got the top shelf priced MG P Bandais mixed in. But I'm like, you realise I was collecting these for like 6 months before I started streaming, and my heart operation cost me an extra 3 months on hold. Mum's a say gun, but yeah. No, exactly. It's the same with my lot. Before I started streaming, a lot of my kits are from years of collecting. And it's only just now, because I'm streaming, I'm actually ploughing through them and building them at a regular speed. And once end of spring, beginning of summer comes along, I will be airbrushing a lot more. It's like 9 months saved with Gunpla, yeah. But that's it, I'd buy a Gunpla kit a month, at least one. So my stockpile got pretty big pretty quick. Not to mention all the junk lots. I know I could probably speed my build up, but 2 to 3 weeks for a build works for me adding Pokemon cards. Yeah, no, exactly. Pokemon cards and banter. Well, that's what the stream's really made for. I know a lot of people come in and just lurk, which is fine. I'm happy for people just to watch. Sound like some voyeurs. But yeah, people watch the streams of different things. Hi Eric. Thanks for raiding. How you doing? How's your stream going? How's the PG going? I'm going slowly insane from painting layers. Hope everyone had fun over at Rick's stream. Live stream elements. Was good. The torso is done. Oh, that's awesome. So you'll be finished tomorrow then? Is that what you're saying? I'll watch them VOD for that later. No, you don't do VODs anymore, do you? Toss. Oh well, I'll catch up with it on tomorrow's stream. See how it looks. The arms and head will be done tomorrow most probably. I see. We've done for legs. If we do the heart, arms and heads, well that's most for Gundam done. And I will be streaming again tomorrow morning. Not so much evening, I'll probably just watch Rick. I will do something different tomorrow. I won't be painting tomorrow. Or building, in fact. I will be doing electronics. Not on this, but on something else. Raids are good, almost Pokemon card. Alright, hold on. God. Yes. I'll open a couple of packs. It's a good reason. You're right, it's a good reason. I tend to be a bit more disciplined when it comes to my Pokemon cards. Alright, let's just clean my brush first. Right. What do you want? Do you want the Pokemon Go or do you want Scarlet EX? I'll put you over there. What do you want? Just both? I could do. I want to do two anyway, so why not do one of each? That sounds fair, don't it, everyone? You want EX? Yeah, cool. Either way, there's only 5 cards per pack with the Japanese lot. Where's my knife? There it is. So yeah, let's do the EX first. Double content, yep, double content. So with these ones, there's not much going on really. So you only get 5 cards in the Scarlet EX. First card is a Cacturne. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Oh, found out a Charizard wife. Yeah. Yeah, Rick, his wife is Charizard's more than you. Denene. Oh god, Braxis? Was it Braxis? I think it was Braxis. And then a non-shiny Lucario. I'll put those in the box later. Need. Something fell on my foot. Pokemon Go. Let's hope I get my Mewtwo V I'll be wanting. Yeah, that's to one side. That's usually the energy card. Okay. Hey, Fiasco. No, I don't have a party one either. Maybe I will, just for you. If you stick around. Can't remember her name. Another Pokemon Go Eevee. I'm not mad, just disappointed. If I knew you were joining, I would have made one. Charmander. An Onyx. Thank you, Fiasco, for a follow. And a Blissey. Pokemon Go Gym Blissey. I have all these. I'll tell you what, because of Fiasco following, I did say every follow gets a Pokemon card pack. I'll open up my last one of these. Phantasm. Dark Phantasm. Right. Again, you don't get many. Seems like the Japanese ones, you don't get many in them. So yeah. So gym leader, cannot remember a name. No, evolved form of Veneria. What was that again? Everyone's favourite thing. A Butterfish. I gotta look these names up. Toadstool. Like Croco. Making things up as I go. Again, I have them all as well. God, so many cards I have. Alright, those ones are all spares. Oop, there goes that one. It's also a spare. Rubbish. So, there you go. And let's put away the cards. Big old zip. Right. I want my Scarlet cards. Here we go. So let's see what we got. What don't I have? I don't think I got Cacturne in here. That's cool. Get some more Pokemon pools on. Yeah, I think once I get my channel points up and running, I'll definitely be doing that. 5,000. I think fire, water. Yeah, water next. Don't mind me just picking stuff out with my mouth. 15, 16, 17. I got you. Don't need you. Don't need the name. But I do need the Lucario. Get your affiliate soon enough. Even if I need a bunch of furries to do it. You know, I don't mind furries. Do it. But yeah, Rick, I have this one for Pokemon Go. The Scarlet EX, and a set I nearly completed. So these are all just reverse hollows. So this set I nearly complete. So that one's coming in the post. So yeah, so I've got all them. Yeah, that one's coming in the post soon. And that one's coming in the post next. And then I gotta get all of these. These are all secret rares. Up to here. Up to here, in fact. Up to 99. So even though the set only has 71 cards in it, there's a bunch of secret rares. As well as reverse hollows. So I'm almost complete that set. Which is nice. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's continue painting. I have a habit of buying secret rares. Send me your packets. Yeah, I'll send you my packets, Rick. Unfortunately, like a lot of these boxes, character cards aren't really, even though character cards are secret rares, they're not classed as rare. So like a lot of the packs like you open will have a reverse hollow and a shiny or star grade Pokemon. Whereas, and so sometimes in the reverse hollow space you'll get a character card. And you get more than one of those. But normally in a box set like this, if you complete a set, you become a Pokemon Master. I bloody wish. But one of these box sets, you only get like one ultra secret rare. One out of the entire box. So like my Scarlet EX, I think I already got it. So yeah, it's one of those things you can complete a set without having secret rares, because you'll have so many, but I like to have them all. It's like my 25th anniversary Japanese Pokemon set, which has a lot less cards than the English version. I have actually completed that. Because there's only 2 secret rares for it as well. I've got the entire set. I don't know, Discord sometimes. No, I've got. I was just gonna go along with Scarlet Violet was being the word. Yeah, once you get into it, man, once you start, and every collector's different. Same with anything. But once you get into it, you start thinking, oh, but I like this one. I like these ones. Like you mainly collect evolutions. Rick likes to collect cards, like he likes like Lucario and stuff, whereas I like to collect sets. And it's very easy with a box to get all the sets you need. Get all the cards in the set. It's just certain cards, like the secret rares, you only get one of them in a box. So you end up buying box after box after box, just trying to get this damn secret rare that you're looking for. That's that done. That one needs a little bit more paint. And then the promo cards get you. Yeah, I'm not kind of yeah. I'm not really too worried about promo cards. I don't see them as part of a set. It's nice to have them. I got a few of them now, especially for like the Detective Pikachu set. There's some nice promo cards in that, but there's a lot of them. Because a lot of them are Pikachu. But when they do promo cards, they add them on top of the other existing promo cards. So you gotta have, to complete a set of promo cards, you gotta have all the promo cards ever created. And some of them are very hard to get hold of now, especially ones that were for special events. They use Pikachu and Eevee, so I'm already in trouble. They do. Well, Pikachu and Eevee are the mascots for Pokemon Go and Pokemon in general. That's why you get so many different cards of Pikachu. Like one of the special Mario Pikachu cards. Pikachu cosplaying of the Pokemon. And then you get me with my fakes. Hello, Charizard. I want one. But I'm not paying. Yeah, 70 quid for one. Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from there. Especially just for one card, yeah. £70 for a box set, with lots of cards in. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. It's like £60 just for the Pokemon Go set. But even I hesitate at just £70 for a card. That's part of collecting. But one promo card and 4 packs. Yeah, exactly. It's mainly because it's Charizard. That's all. Ever since the craze for the original Charizard card came about, every time there is a Charizard, everyone goes mental over it because it's Charizard. And that's it. That's the only reason. All about the Zard, yeah. Alright, what's next? Oh, I need to do get a thinner paintbrush and do thinner paint. Where did the bloody thing go? I've got to get no nooks and crannies on this bloody thing. I might have to tidy up the orange again on this. I don't care. I'll do that tomorrow my own time. Oh, she knows. Someone talking about me. little nooks and crannies. That's good. That's good for everyone. And this is definitely going to be a labour of love. And then my next one I'm painting, I'm definitely waiting till it's nice and sunny and getting the airbrush out. It's all well and good painting by hand, but it is more time consuming. It's good to learn how to do it, but it's a better entry level for others who are watching me, so they're not discouraged. Oh, that's good. Looking good. The purple went on a lot better than the orange did, I'll tell you that now. Let's have a drink. Some nice rum and coke. Just checking what messages my missus has sent me. It would help if Discord actually worked. She just sent me some new artwork. Of a new monster girl she's developing for her Milk and Honey story. Supposed to be a centipede girl. Some deity. Yeah, she's really good at her art. But she beats herself up too much about it. Alright, I'm just trying to think. I got a lot of stuff. What else was I going to make purple? Oh yeah. Let's move these out of the way for a sec. These things. Hasn't really got to be much else, I don't think. I didn't want to use too much purple on it, you see. Yeah, I think that'll be it for now. It's like purple can be like the darkest colour on it, so. Get some water plus, some lovely water plus 2. Just need a drop. Mix it all together, thins my paint down nicely. I accidentally, when I was making for Lithriff, that's it, Lithriff. I put some in here instead of in there, some of the nubs. That one. Next one. Hey, yeah, it's not always fun watching someone paint, I tell you that. Especially when they're concentrating. I know that. But it's nice to sometimes see what other people's techniques are like. I've also been learning from other disciplines of miniature builders. Like for railway miniature builders who wants to build all the track up for their trains and that, and build scenery. Been learning a lot from them recently about scenery. I used to visit a model train shop just for the bits I wanted for my scenery stuff for Warhammer. It's amazing how much of it crosses over. Oh, yeah. I should tell you a story about something from my Navy days. I was in Cyprus. A lot of this. We used to get drunk a lot. I mean, a lot. Like I was telling you earlier that we would go for a bottle of rum a night each. You could drink a lot of Americans there under the table. I got so drunk once I started breakdancing with the Squadron's warrant officer. And tried singing Linkin Park, but very poorly. That poorly, I don't even bloody remember I was that drunk. It's one of those times that we're all sat out having a barbecue, enjoying our tins of Kronenberg cider for €1 a tin. Sitting out on the beach, enjoying the sun, doing some snorkeling. We're sat there just enjoying the barbecue. One of these lads would always do something to just make himself prove himself and stand out. Because he was a younger brother of someone else who was already in the forces, already in the Navy, and he wanted to make a name for himself and be different. But how he did it was by doing stupid dares, doing the most stupid things. Bit of a break dance on the side. That sounds good. Yeah. It's the same place where that bloke headbutted the bloody sink and snapped it in two. But yeah, one of these lads would always want to impress people. So one of the things some people would dare him to do stuff. Stupidly, he would do stuff as a dare. One of the things, can't believe it. One of the things they did, they caught this massive cricket. I mean, it's huge. It's like that long, massive thing. They caught it in a pint glass, and they dared him to eat it alive. And he did. Poor cricket. His nickname was Rambo, just like his brother. They're both called Rambo because their names were Ramsden. But yeah, he was bit into his cricket. 2 bites. Some people just, yeah, couldn't believe it. Just will. That was also on the same day where a lad I used to work with used to be a professional go karter, and he said you cannot drift go karts. He was adamant you couldn't drift a go kart, so I drifted my go kart past him. He was not pleased, say the least. But I had to prove a point. Agatiri is fun. It was basically a holiday. Yeah, every now and then. We were on a 24 about system. So it's like, was it? No. At Agatiri, we were on an 8 about system. Was it 24? No, it was 24. So, like, for 24 hours, you'd be active, and then 24 hours, you're not. So, for 24 hours, we'd be having to, behave during the evening. So we'd work from 12, stop at 8, go to sleep, come back in the morning, around about 8 in the morning, and then finish at 12. And then the next lot would do that all over again, and then we would have from 12 to 12 again off. And except for weekends, I didn't work weekends. Didn't work a single weekend in the Navy. But yeah, so yeah, that was always fun. So we got drunk a lot. I slept a lot because of heat. I couldn't handle the heat really. Not made for me. But yeah, Agatiri is a fun place. It had nightclubs. It had. This is just on RAF base. It had corner shops. It had a mega mart. Every night we would go to the local bar. Also have a mezzanine. Evening, Zephyr. How are you doing? But yeah, it was all around fun. It's more of a holiday, really. We went into season work. We went to the beach. We went to a water park for a weekend. Navy days. I'm good, thanks. How's everyone? I'm doing alright. I'm not even tipsy. I've been drinking rum and coke all night. I'm not even tipsy yet. Still sober enough to paint a straight line. Just regaling everyone about my old Navy days. And how it was actually quite cushy. You need a bigger cup then. I'm already drinking out a pint glass. Tipsy Jaws killing me time for last shot minutes before bed. But I start my antibiotics. Well, that's good then, man. At least you're on the antibiotics tomorrow. Yeah, it won't be long before I'd go to bed. Half an hour probably. Hydrotussin. Yes. The answer to that is yes. It's a concept I've been working on for a while. So I built one before that, where it was just a normal Dreadnought chassis on for June quarter legs. And it just had turret quad auto cannons on. But this one's since they brought out the Contemptor, since they brought out these in plastic, since they brought these Leviathan big boys in plastic, I thought it was about time I made one. This is my Death Watch Iron Warriors Dreadnought. Not Iron Warriors, Iron Hands Dreadnought. I had a 3D print and a spare part here as well. Just so. But yeah. I take a double dose tomorrow. Have a nap, you feel better by the evening. What a Tyranid tickle his bum. You don't have no bum. He is a corpse in a coffin in a robot. But now Death Watch are specialist Xeno hunters. I got a whole squad of them. Yeah, I remember right, walking coffin's eye, yeah. But he's part of my Leatherman Death Watch squad. I'm sure we'll make a diorama for it one day. When I finish painting the squad. I've only got one of the squad done so far. A long time ago when they first brought out the Defilers, the Hydras were only from Forge World. I made a Crab Hydra kit bash from 2 original kits. That's awesome. I do like that idea. God, I remember when Hydra was a Forge World. I remember when Vindicators were Forge World. I brought one. But also back then, Forge World wasn't that expensive. Okay, gonna take some mids, get to sleep, have a great evening all. And you, Gundam. Rick. Gundam. All the Gundam. You have fun. Yeah, the Forge was stopping doing a lot of kits recently. Which is annoying. Like they stopped doing one of my favourite kits, a Hellhound. So I had to make my own. So I designed and 3D printed my own Hellhound. Because I don't like the GW one. I think it's pants. Absolute dog end. And when I came back to the hobby a couple of years ago, first thing I did was go and try buy an Elder Vampire. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you stopped there. Yeah, they're terrible for it, man. Just stopping kits. It annoys the head out of me. So I understand because they stopped doing Forge World ones of these and then made them plastic. It was like, yeah, great. I love the fact that now you can use Horus Heresy stuff in 40k. So it makes my squads even more legitimate. So I'm making a Death Watch. Oh, what was it called? The Horus Heresy transporter. But yeah. I find it quirky to stick you in a coffin for Dreadnoughts, but Titans are multi-crewed with a person in a tube based on the Hellreach video book, since I understand there hasn't been a tie-in done with it in Eternals yet. Why though? I'm tempted to buy an Elder Scorpion. I wanted one since 16. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. You can buy internal, so the Hellhound, Forge World Hellhound, does come with internals for the cockpit. And I'm sure the Reaver Titan does as well. There's another thing, they haven't discontinued the Warhound, have they? Still make that bloody bastard. He's a big boy. That's the thing as well. It's like, it's Forge World at the end of the day. It's not technically Games Workshop. It's a Forge World is a third party owned by Games Workshop. So technically, what they make isn't Games Workshop, so it wouldn't really be legal. You know what I mean with Hell's Reach thing though? They had one Titan defending against the Orcs. One. Yeah, they did, yeah. It's been a while since I've done anything with Hell Reach. But to be fair now, Zephyr, if you're really that want a Scorpion, you might as well just see if you can buy a third party or some 3D print one for you. I think that's the only way these days. I've seen recently they brought back the Chaos Dwarf rules for free download, but didn't bring back for models. Another thing I would throw money at. They are going to bring models out for Chaos Dwarves. Because they recently released the DLC for Total War Warhammer, which was Chaos Dwarves. So they're probably going to bring them back alongside the Old World. So they're going to be bringing back Warhammer Fantasy. And at the rate they're going, they're probably going to kill off 40k and start that anew like they do with Age of Sigmar. Because they're bringing back a lot of big characters and a massive new threat, which is a new part of Hive Fleet Leviathan coming from the Eastern Fringe, where normally they come from the Western Fringe. So the galaxy is now being pincered by Tyranids. Yeah, exactly. They just released previews of the new Lictor models, Deathstalkers with their tentacle mouths. Yeah, it's all fun. I can't wait really. The 10th edition looks amazing. Some models are bringing out the 10th edition. Like the new Farsight is everything I wanted Farsight to be in the first place. I hated the old Farsight model. So much so I made my own custom one. And then I sold it with quite a bit of money. I'm proper excited for Leapers. Proper excited for Space Marine 2. I just crave some mindless savage fun. What is it different? They might be different to Lictors. They might be just Death Leapers for all I know. But yeah, there was one. That's the thing. They're called Leapers, and there's a character one called the Death Leaper, who is a character like Old One Eye and the Red Terror. I hope they bring back Old One Eye. I am excited for Space Marine 2 as well. I'm really hoping they bring it back. because it is just a fun game. Ridiculous easy. You know, I'm sure your wife would beat you over the head one day, V. This purple's gone on real nice, I have to say. This is a lot easier than bloody orange I was painting. News of the old world is going to be released, or at least something meaty to be shown. Because you know I was saying Void Dragon to Douglas Spectre. Well, she asked me today, do you know who the Omnissiah is? And I said, yeah, the Machine Gun. And she said, okay, who's the Machine Gun? And I said, Red Eye. It was just not interest me to, some of the images look nice. Let's be honest, the game is not that great. I was working at Games Workshop when AOS was released, and they killed off the old world. I was there. I was one of the people who promoted it. I painted some of the original models for my store, and it's still there today on display. And yeah, it was not received very well. A lot of the rules that they're now using for 10th edition are exactly the same as Age of Sigmar when it first came out. Like, or, you know, changing psychic, getting rid of the psychic phase. They got rid of the magic phase in Age of Sigmar and made it just part of the character details, which is what they're doing with 40k, and everyone's loving that, but didn't like it in Age of Sigmar. And all that, and so yeah. So if you played Age of Sigmar when it first came around, that's what 10th edition is going to be like. I'll be honest, I just want a Baneblade one day, and I'm going to paint it black, gold, white, and call it Custodians. Custodians Bane. Oh, yes. Amount of Baneblades I have brought, chopped up, made into something else, and sold on. Because when they first came out, they were 50 quid when they were GW plastic. And now they're nearly 100. Ridiculous to me. One of the things when I probably start getting myself an injection molding machine. Just start making my own miniatures altogether. Don't get me wrong, I love the tanks from 40k. I love them even more from Horus Heresy. I know there's a lot I want the Imperial version with a long barrel, but it's like 170 quid. God damn. Thinking of picking up some miniatures from the Undead Alliance. Use them for the old world. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's the thing, when they bring the old world back, you're going to be able to use a lot of your old miniatures from Age of Sigmar and before. But it's like I said, even like for new 40k 10th edition, that's why they brought the Tyranids back. That's why they've updated the Terminator armor for the Space Marines. It's just going back to what people love. And then, you know, bringing the rules from Age of Sigmar, making them the base rules free, or the rules for your army for free, or if unit rules come on cards, cheat cards, in the box, like you do with Age of Sigmar. And then, like Age of Sigmar, you only pay for the codexes if you want the extra lore in the codexes. Because it gives you the rules as well, but also gives you extra lore. Just like the battle tools for Age of Sigmar. So yeah. They will be doing codexes. Like I said, kind of all the Plasma as well, but people still want bows. Exactly. Yeah, so they're still going to do codexes, but they're going to wait a bit first. Let everyone get comfortable with the new rules that everyone's got for free on PDF. Downloaded for free. Then once everyone's comfortable with those rules, everyone's played it for a while, they'll bring out the codexes saying, well, yeah, the rules are free, it always will be free. But if you want a little bit extra lore with your rules, like for rulebook, like the rules for rulebook are gonna be like 2 or 3 sheets. But if you want that extra lore to go with it, like all the fluff, all the background, all the stories, they're gonna put it in the book. Say, well, you got to buy the book if you want all that, which is fine because some people don't care about the lore; they just want to play. Whereas people like me who love the lore will buy one. Whether the book themes or codexes are 25 quid a time. Yeah, they'll go up 30 quid. When they bring out the new codexes, they'll be 30 quid. But also, the great thing about making codexes mainly lore than rules, and having all the rules as free PDFs, if there is, instead of having to bring out FAQs all the bloody time, they can just change the rules on the PDF online. So you don't have to have a book and then tons of FAQs. You just read down the rules you already got, but with the updated rules in them. So there's no need for FAQs anymore, because you just update them in real time. Which is what they do with Age of Sigmar. As far as I know of. But they should do. Yeah. That's why 9th edition was so bloody short. Because it got so bloated with FAQs and updates. Because it didn't properly balance armies in competitive. However, just like Age of Sigmar, they'll be bringing in different rule sets. So in Age of Sigmar, you had different ways of playing. You had competitive, you had points, you had fluff, and you had fun. So there would be like a different rule set, different point values for each kind of where you want to play. You know, in Age of Sigmar, if you wanted to play it competitively, it had on author rules how to point your army. Each one had how many points each army was worth, and you would do it that way, and then you could then, you know, build an army to points for competitive play. However, if you only wanted to play for fun, you didn't really care about all the points in that, in Age of Sigmar, which they're probably going to do the same for Warhammer for the 10th edition, is that you just picked a unit. You were allowed so many units per army, no matter what the unit was, no matter how big the unit or small the unit was. If that unit was HQ choice, didn't have any points it was, it's HQ choice, you took it. And same with your opponent, if it was a HQ choice or a heavy's choice, depending on how many, you agree before you play how many units of which unit you're going to have in for battle. And then you wouldn't worry about points, you just take the units you want. And just have fun with it. It wasn't serious or anything like that. Simple but functional, yes. And then you have the story-driven ones, where you'd have a story scenario, and it would tell you in that story scenario what side had what. Well, was that way when I could play competitively when it was 3rd edition 40k in fantasy? Exactly. 3rd and 4th editions were probably some of the best editions. 5th edition was appalling. But yeah. So they're making it easier for people to play how they want. So it also makes it easier for them. Then chapter approved came out exactly. So yeah. So instead of trying to lump everything into the same rulebook, they're gonna have different rulebooks, technically. So if you're a competitive player, you just go by the competitive rulebook. If you're just a fun player who likes to play for fun, you get the rules for playing for fun. It's why because I was never into fantasy, because I never liked. Some people like how complicated it is. I just never liked the square bases. I was never into it. Never into square bases. And then Age of Sigmar opened up that side for me, because I could collect an army, and because it weren't based on army, so you didn't just collect Tomb Kings. But it's always get to a point where you can buy it for one of your fan base, but don't muck the actual game around exactly. But it's like with Age of Sigmar, with the old fantasy, you'd collect dwarves, or you collect chaos dwarves, or you just collect elves or high elves or wood elves or dark elves. Where with Age of Sigmar, I could build an army made of alliance troops. So I could have wood elves, I could have high elves, I could have Sigmarites, I could have everything that was under the alliance, under the word alliance. And then so I made an army of just female troops from different armies that are under the good guys, technically. Like the wood elves, high elves, all that. Humans and all sorts. And then the same with destruction. You can make an army of destruction with orcs, goblins, trolls. What was the other one? It escapes me now. Big fat dudes. Ogres, that's it. Ogres. Then you have the army of death, which was like vampires, Tomb Kings, and all that shenanigans. So yeah. So it might be the same which you want, because then people would technically buy more for their army, because then they can have what they want. Maybe this means they have a marketing team that passed university. Yeah, exactly. This is why I liked Age of Sigmar, because it did that. It allowed you to play how you want, what you want, and you didn't have to have it all from the same unit faction. So it's like maybe with 40k they'll do the same, where you can play Imperial. So instead of just playing Space Marines and taking a detachment or guard or something like that as a allied unit, you can make an army mixed of Space Marines, Sisters, and Imperial Guard. One gripe I have at the moment is what they're doing to Necromunda. They're pushing the ass weights a lot, when in the law not much can survive in the ass lands. None of the gangers can be out there, and that's why they stay in the hive cities. But they seem to be pushing that all of them can and have all this weird and wonderful technology, when it used to be only Van Saar and the enhanced technology, all the Spire noble families. Yeah, they've really pushed the boat out on that, and trying to make Necromunda bigger than it should be. Because they're like all of a sudden, it was great at the beginning when Necromunda, let's have some Ambots in there, or some bigger units, stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, let's go out to the Ashland Wastelands and have vehicles and cars and buggies, and like, Jesus. When did it stop being, Necromunda Hive city gangers? We have like some stuff, and then now it's all getting further and further towards 40k. That kind of bugged me from the 9th edition trailer. You see Marines and Bouncers fighting together, then from what I said from her rulebooks, it's like, nope, can't have that on game table. I'm like, why show them team up then? Exactly. No, that's why I think they're going to go in that direction. So people then won't just stick to an army. They'll buy multiple armies, so you can do multiple different units together, because they'll have strengths and weaknesses. So I'm hoping they bring back Mordheim. I don't like Silver Tower or War Bands. Don't like that either. Mordheim would be nice. I like Kill Team. Kill Team was a nice difference. That's what my Deathwatch Company squad's for. Well, except for Dreadnought. And Blood Bowl. I love Blood Bowl. Got my own custom Blood Bowl Orc team, who are designed only to kill. They don't score, they don't care for scoring, they're just there to hurt people. I like going in the back half casting shouts, but instead of saying I like trains, I like big guns. Because, you know, I'd like to have an army that has Terminators. Love Blood Bowl 2. Played in a local league for the past 3 years. Local shop closed and the league stopped. Ah, that's a shame. Same with my local club. I used to go to my local club, and then they couldn't afford to rent anymore because not enough people went. The club's still about. They're now called the Nomads, Blackfish Nomads. But yeah, as I don't drive, and the nearest bus stop's like a half an hour walk. So, and then it's 40 minutes to the bloody Games Workshop in Norwich. So yeah, ain't gonna happen. So I am stuck with just. When it comes to Warhammer, I don't have anyone to play with really, because no one near me. That's why I stopped playing it really. I just started collecting what I wanted and painting what I wanted. There we go. Can take one look at my wall display and you thought, well, so you like big guns, yeah? I bet you like big guns, V. I recently sold my 2 tournament teams and my starter box and a few box teams I had. Ah, that's a shame. But at least someone else there might have better use of them, might have some more fun. That's the idea, isn't it? Keep it going. Right, the purple's looking good on these guys. Yeah, I'm the same. Nearest place to me, club-wise and GW store is 2 hours away on bus. Damn. That orange really pops in the purple. Okay, now I've got renewed vigour for this Gundam, so I'm happy with that. Okie dokie. My wife wants to sell some of her old kits, but we're lost to local trade in shop for them, so now it's eBay will stay in a box. You'll have to tell me what kits they are. I may be interested. My missus is a killing. Because I've got so much Gundam and models to build and paint as it is. Wink wink. Ask her this she wants to sell. Yeah, this is my favourite model, other than Gazco, but I don't have him. This is my Death Watch Raven Guard. Because you'll get the cheapest offer of anyone. Thanks. Yeah, so this was featured on the Warhammer Twitch stream once. So he's made of. I'm gonna ask her now. You don't have to rush. Don't worry. You've got all lifetime. But yeah, so he's one of my Death Watch. He's made from parts I found at a bits box. I don't know why, because this lieutenant torso and arm, this bit here, apparently is rare and hard to find. But it was in a bits box I had, so I just made him into a Raven Guard. The only bit, that bit there, is a bit I had to 3D print. But I've got a whole team of these to make. So I've got easier just to show you than tell you. I got a Imperial Fists Storm guy there. Then the rest of them are in here. So I've got a White Scars and a bike. Got a a Flesh Terror with a shotgun. I've got an Ultramarine with a sniper rifle. A Salamander with a heavy flamer. There's a Dark Angel in Terminator armor, and the captain. And I've also got, where is he? There's a special character I got. Right, for backstabbing an orc, he's gonna be my Black Templar Deathwatch. Of course, I got this miniature as well. It's one of my favourite chaos. I can barely see it with this camera. It's ridiculously stupid. But yeah, he's one of my favourites. Got to paint him up at some point. Yeah, I've got so much in here. I've got a League of Votann to paint at some point. Yeah, I've got a Contender Dreadnought, which I'm going to make into a Crimson Fist Dreadnought. I've got like another unit of Deathwatch down there. I've got loads of Deathwatch. Oh yeah, for World War. Yeah, for World Eater. Yeah, the Warhammer Plus one. And I've also got these to paint at some point. I know we recognise them. She says Imperial Knights mostly just undercoated. 2 are painted, 6 armigers, 1 Warglaive, 1 Castellan, and 3 others she needs to check on over enough time. No, that's alright. I'll see. You should recognise these, V. I've got to get these painted at some point. I love these little miniatures. Some of my favourite ships. Yes, sir. Yep. So you got Enterprise, Voyager, Cannot Remember, Runabout, and a Iranian Bird. So yeah. Mostly XL with BSG and Star Trek, yeah. Yeah, I just like these little ones. So I'll get those painted at some point. Great little kits. If you just want something small on that. I do actually have Ironia Blanca. Why is it? Why? Can't remember. Ironia Blanca. I've got a backlog of stuff to do. Trying to sell a bunch of 40k knights and some minions to go with them. We'll try and trade them. People on Twitter are a bit of a night. Yes. I've done a lot of my 3D printing services through Twitter, where I offer people to borrow the printer. Basically, they rent it to print what they want. And some people on Twitter, are a bloody nightmare to deal with. So I tend to give up. But I don't know if you lot would ever remember, but back in the day, I think Halo 3 days, when Halo 3 was coming out, they made a tabletop Halo game. They did one for the ground and they did one for space. And I've managed to find someone who redesigned a lot of ships for space, a lot of the human ships for now. He's also working on the Covenant ships. I'm like, so I might be able to sell those at some point. The space one is so rare. It is very rare, very expensive. Fleet Commander, that's it. But I have 3D files to print my own. Yeah, passed on original a couple of years ago. I had 2/3 of the set for 50 quid, and I regret it. Yep, I wish I brought it to when I first saw it. I think a lot of us do. Because, damn. I try finding it so many times. Yeah, it is so hard. I looked for years, and then I found that I worked with someone who designed. Got the original Firefly board game though, still wrapped up. That's cool. Yeah, you can always flex that. I think my most expensive board game we own at the moment is the Hello Kitty Monopoly. That's really expensive to get now. I might actually get it for a tenner, but there's not many things like that we own. We got another. You ever £1,000 Monopoly? Yeah. Companies from Nottingham, and I've spoken to the OCO about the game. Alright. They made a new version of the game and under a new company. Oh, I see. Because we've been trying. Me and my friend have been trying to get in contact to see if we can give her rights to print and sell these designs we're making for Fleet Commander. Which would be nice. But of course, you know what Microsoft are like with their copyrights and stuff. Just trying to think. I think one of the most expensive figures we've got on display is Johnny from Cyberpunk. He's quite nice. Made a new version of the game. Even saying my copyright claim. You're very right. Oh. Alright, I think that is it for tonight, boys and girls. Don't know if there's any girls watch me. But yeah. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. It's been fun. I've enjoyed the conversations. Been a great stream, buddy. Can't wait for the next spanking. Tomorrow morning, you'll be asleep. I'll be streaming next stream in the morning, and I will be dealing with electronics. I will be soldering, and it is to do with, if I can find the rest of the bloody thing wherever it's got to. Thunderbird, the mole for Thunderbirds. It's around here somewhere.